Thank you, Chair. Thank you for appearing today. The latest figure I have about funds committed as at June 2022 is $1.86 billion committed across Australia. That's from the 21-22 annual report. Do you have the most recent figure on what you have committed?
Senator, the most recent figure is $2.15 billion.
It's constantly jammed down Australian throats that wind and solar are the cheapest forms of energy. Why do you have to commit billions in subsidies to wind and solar if this is the case? If they're so much cheaper, shouldn't they be able to survive without your subsidies and just simply beat coal and gas in the market?
Well, Senator, ARENA hasn't given much, if any, support to wind projects in our history. When ARENA was formed 11 years ago, wind was relatively mature and didn't need much support. Solar was an industry where Australia had a research advantage and a burgeoning research community, and ARENA stepped into that space and continued providing research funding to solar. I think it's entirely appropriate that we aim for lower cost, higher efficiency, more sustainable solar materials, and that's what the work that we do supports. And in terms of our support for solar, our key program in that respect was in 2016-17, where the intervention that ARENA and the CFC provided the industry with $92 million of ARENA funding to 12 large-scale solar projects drove the cost of that technology down from $2.50 a watt to $1.25 a watt following that program, to the point where large-scale solar is economic in Australia and the International Energy Agency says is the cheapest form of electricity generation in history. ARENA's continued support for solar R&D is to create a sustainable, comparative and competitive advantage for Australia in this important technology, to unlock the potential for solar to be that form of ultra-low-cost generation to support a giant iron and steel manufacturing, renewable steel manufacturing capability in Australia, and to provide low-cost energy into our industrial system and to our domestic users. And we take that responsibility seriously, and we're very excited by the opportunity of continuing to support solar PV research and production and manufacturing in Australia to that effect.
Could you take it on notice to explain in depth the cost structures around solar that you're contributing to at the moment, please? Because in simple terms, the generating of solar is cheap, but by the time we add the doubling or the tripling of the area needed because of the variability in nature, essentially, and then you add the battery storage, it's very, very expensive.
So I'm not clear what you want me to do, though.
I'd like the levelised cost of solar produced electricity equivalent to coal in terms of quantities and reliability.
So, Senator, if I could point you to the good work that the CSIRO has done in collaboration with AMO in their Gen Cost analysis, which is thorough analysis by the team at CSIRO, which shows you the levelised cost of solar on its own and wind on its own, and then adds storage to that, which is a proxy for firming. I would suggest that we will not be able to provide you with any more information than that high-quality work that's done by CSIRO.
That's fine, thank you, Mr Miller, because the CSIRO's assumptions are just woeful. And if that's the best and you term it excellent, then we're in trouble. So that's my view. So thank you for saying that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any more?